Okay. Hi. Welcome to the. Okay. Hi. Welcome to the Derp Derp channel. Today we're going to be talking about Black Mirror, the one with John Hammond. I'm trying to remember what the title of it is. Something about Christmas, like White Christmas or something. No, yeah, that's it. White Christmas. And if for those of you that don't know, Black Mirror is like a show where each episode is different, and it's kind of like uh, The Outer Limits or what's the one that started it all? Not Twisted something.
Twilight Zone,
Twilight Zone.
even though
Twilight Zone.
they can't hear me currently, but
It is in their own universe. It's more of a modern Twilight Zone where the technology is about, let's say, about 30, 40 years in the future, maybe 50, where the main technology is they're able to um, take what's called a cookie of your brain basically and make a copy of it and put it into this cookie. So now you have an artificial intelligence that thinks exactly like you do, but it's not alive. It just thinks it's you. And so this episode is kind of the first one that goes into that technology, and they kind of ran with it throughout the entire series. And not every episode of Black Mirror has this technology. They have like different things that they add on, or some they take away. But the mainstay is this AI cookie that can copy people's minds. Um, but anyways, this one has John Hamm in it. He is the only person that you know of, um, and that's just it is what it is. And it starts off. There's like three parts to this. Um, the first part is John Hamm and this random guy waking up in a cabin. It's Christmas, and they start talking to each other and making food and shooting shit. And this is how they trust each other by just talking. And this guy doesn't really want to talk or anything. And John Hamm's like, "Hey, I haven't seen you in like 5 years. Talk. Let's talk about things." So the guy's like, "Well, what about you? What about your life?" He's like, "Oh, well, how did I get into this situation?" So he starts talking about how he used to run a business where he would help men get laid, and they would have use this like um, camera through the eye technology. So him and his John Hamm and his buddies would walk a man through going to a bar and trying to pick up a woman, pretty much. And so in this scenario, he helps this guy. This is his first run. He might strike out, he might not. He goes and picks up a woman at a party, and he does very well, and they start hitting it off. And spoiler alert: so the woman trying to sleep with him, she poisons him with a concoction alcoholic mixture with which just makes you die, pretty much. And so because of this, what John Hamm was doing was illegal. He got caught killing someone and trying to bear the evidence. He was the main guy behind all of it, and that's why he's in his situation. And then he asks, "Oh, what do you do before that?" And he's like, "Well, that wasn't my first job." So then it goes into the technology of what a cookie is, and if you're really rich, you're able to. There's a service out there that you can get a house assistant. It's a perfect assistant because it is literally a copy of you. And as they explained in the episode, um, only this woman, or at least the AI, aka Cookie, knows exactly the best way to make her toast is when she wants to wake up in the morning. And his job was to get the cookie to actually work for the client. And he does this by basically torturing the poor cookie into boredom. And he can make 6 months go by in the snap of a finger. And once the cookie realizes that they'd rather work than be bored, they're kind of stuck performing that role. And this was his job. Then the third part is getting to this other guy that John Hamm is talking to. And he goes into his story of like, oh, what's the deal with you? I've talked about my things. What's the deal with you? He's like, okay, I guess it is what it is. This is the second revealing of this different type of technology. And this technology is because of the technology in your eyes. Once they do the surgery on you, it's permanent. You can't go back. But what you can do with this app, if you don't like someone, you can block them. And what that does is that it literally blocks their entire image of that person and all their photos. So there was an incident of a man with his wife. They were about to have a kid. He's found not birth control. It was I'm totally blanking on the word. Pregnancy test. There we go. He finds it in the trash and he confronts his wife about it, and it's revealed that she doesn't want to have the baby, but he does, and he gets yelly at her, and she blocks him, and after that, she doesn't want to see him like ever again, and she just leaves. And he's distraught, and what he does is he finds out that she has the kid, and she takes him to her father's place, and he would spy on the kid every year for like 4 years until she tragically died in a train accident. And after she died, now we also find out the kin of the people also get blocked, so he wasn't able to see his kid. But when she dies, the kid gets revealed, and he goes up to the kid. He's like, "I want to see my child," and he realizes that the kid is Asian, and he's not Asian. So she cheated on him, and then she tried to take away the kid, which he thought was his, instead of telling the truth. Finds out like one of their friends that they were hanging out with was the real father, and so he realizes this, and he's like, "Crap, that's not my kid. Oh God!" And the grandpa is there, and he walks in, and he knows the grandpa, and he says, "You shouldn't be here. You should leave." He's like, and he's all pissed. He's fucking pissed. This is all coming down all at the same time, and he kind of gets into a little fist fight, a little fight with his grandpa, or a former father-in-law, and he accidentally kills the grandpa, and then he just leaves. And so his wife's daughter is there, and then he just leaves, and he's just like, so what happened next? He's like protruding him, like, "Hey, what's happening next?" And kind of cuts back. He's like, yeah, I just kind of walked away. I guess I did. I do confess. Yeah, I confess. And then he's like, and then as soon as that happens, John Hamm's like, oh, did you hear that? Confession. Boom, got it. And he's like, and this guy who was trusting John Hamm was like, wait, what's happening? What's going on? And it's revealed that John Hamm was trying to get a confession out of this guy because this guy was actually a cookie of the person who did the murder. And one of the things that this guy said, he said he couldn't say that he did it because then it would be like admitting that it actually happened. He was kind of in denial, kind of a thing. And so his real self was actually in jail cell, and he was in solitary confinement. They were trying to get an confession out of him. Finally do this, and John Hamm is rewarded. He's like, oh, congratulations, you're a free man. You can go wherever you want, but everybody's going to be blocking you. Like, literally everyone. And he's considered a pervert. And so and when everybody sees him, they just see red, kind of a thing, instead of gray, which is the original color when you block someone. But then at the very, very end, they did the cops who just got this confession out of a robot, basically, confine him to all of Christmas, 24 hours, in the same house where he's exposed to what he just did, and to let him revel in what he did to this little girl by abandoning her and killing her. And every minute was set to 1,000 years. And we kind of did the math very poorly, but it was just under 1.5 million years of just hearing this song over and over again, being exposed in this cabin. So it was very like, well, oh my God, what is happening? What is going on? And it was just like brain explosion moment. Like, oh my God, this is so horrible. It's so tragic. This is terrible. But that was it's kind of a good starting point if you're looking to watch any more Black Mirror episodes. So this was Derv's first time seeing this. He tried to watch Black Mirror, but he just couldn't get into it because he watched the first season, which, in all honesty, is not very good.
Didn't even make it past the first episode.
Oh, you didn't make it past the first episode?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that first episode wasn't very good. No, I agree. Actually, the second episode was a lot better. That's the one that got me into it. But then season 2 happened, and I was like, oh, now I'm up. Black Mirror is a hit or miss kind of thing. This recent season that came out, season 7, like, that was fire. That was just straight up banger after banger after banger. Season 6 and season 5 were very good. And then I think season 4 is the best. Is the best one. That's in my opinion. But that was our synopsis of that thing. And what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Questions, comments, concerns?
I enjoyed it. It was definitely interesting.
It was better than the first episode.
Yeah. I don't even remember the first one. That's how memorable.
The first one had to do with like politics. If I remember, I don't remember what it's called, but it always pops up on my feed. Some politician was getting like blackmailed or something, and he had to like do like a bunch of weird things to try not to have his secrets exposed or something like that. It was really dumb. But it is better than some other episodes. So, like the Miley Cyrus episode. That one was not good. Or the Topher Grace episode. That one was like the worst one. That one made no sense to me. But yeah, there's definitely some hit misses in the show. But this one I liked it because it kind of expanded the world that we were already used to, and it just made you go, wow, what can we do with this technology? Like, how messed up can we make this technology of the future? Like, it's crazy, like what they can do. It's like, wow, it's like movie magic now, but in the near future, like 50 to 100 years, it's definitely possible that this could happen realistically. But of course, with new technology comes new problems. So, but anyways, that was our review of White Christmas with John Hamm in it. If you would like to listen to more, you can leave a like and subscribe if you want. If you don't, John Hamm is going to interrogate you and make a cookie out of you, and who knows? You might just be the cookie. So take that.
But you will never know.
Oh no, you'll know. You'll know if you're the cookie or not. Oh, you'll definitely know. Because you'll be screwed. You'll be forced to do things you don't want to do. And that's how it goes. The sandwich. All right, cool. Good meeting, I guess.
On
What's
to
next on Conan?
nobody.
No, right. Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk and others. No, I'm just kidding. They have Doc Brown from Back to the Future in there. He's pretty good.
That's what I was trying to do. Just trying to put it on stream. Yep, we have Bobby Odenkirk as the main character, Hutch.
Yep.
Connie Nielsen as his wife. Alexei Serebryakov as the main villain. Christopher Lloyd as Hutcher's dad. And Riza as his brother. That's pretty much all like the main characters.
All right. All right. So, anyways, story about a former soldier, pretty much an FBI auditor. That's what he calls himself. And he's living his life day to day. Every day is pretty much the same. And one night, some people break into his house, and they attack him and try to steal all their stuff. And instead of fighting him off and attacking him, he just lets him go, confusing the son who was helping him defeat them. And he realizes, like, oh, that's okay. It's whatever. And he talks to his brother, his old army buddy, um, on the radio. And we eventually learn that he used to be a fighter in the military. He was what did I say? Not a broker. Auditor, yeah, auditor. He fixed problems. What really gets him going is he realized that after the break-in, his daughter was missing a bracelet, like a cat bracelet or something. And so he goes and uses his skills and tracks these people down, and he's like asking, he breaks in, he's like, hey, where's my daughter's cat bracelet? And return whatever you stole from me. I think it was like a hat or something. I don't remember. But he's like, yeah, but give that back to me. And he realizes the people weren't stealing for like the thrill of it. They were desperate because they had a sick kid. And then he's like, all right, he returns on this bus and he sees these drunk people get into a car accident while the bus is stationary. They're all drunk. They all get on the bus, and he realizes that these guys are going to attack this woman and probably have their way with them. So he decides to attack them back, and he starts a fight with the Russian mob, basically. And so the Russian mob starts coming after him, and then they find him at his house and attack his house. And he puts his family in the basement. And he's like, "You guys don't come out. I'll come find you." And he gets in this fight. The first fight on the bus is awesome. Then he gets another fight in the house. Quickly, he gets tased and captured, and he's able to escape the bonds that he was in. Then he goes to the mob boss and says, hey, you came to my house. You broke the rules. You don't do that. And this mob boss is like, hey, you attacked I think it was his son or brother. I can't remember.
Brother.
And now he's dead. He's like, well, he was breathing when I left him, so it's not my fault. So they get into this back and forth, and he's basically fighting the mob. And there's a really cool scene actually where they send two guys to kill his dad, which is Christopher Lloyd, and Christopher Lloyd is just like pretending to be asleep, and he just like they're about to like pull the trigger on this gun, and Christopher Lloyd puts his finger. What's that thing that you cock it back? Do you remember what that's called? Oh, I'm blanking on what it is. Whatever. I think it's like the hammer or something like that. The hammer of the gun.
Yeah.
He puts his finger in there so it can't go off, can't hit the percussion cap, and he pulls out a shotgun underneath his blanket, and he just shoots both of them. And then the nursing home guy who was always asleep, he comes to the door. He's like, "Hey, Ernie, what are you doing? I told you to turn that damn TV down." He's like, "Oh, yeah, whatever." But it was an actual shotgun shot. So that's funny. So that was the thing. And so they have this back and forth, and he takes I think it's like a mine. I'm blanking on what it's called. But it's a mine that faces one way. It's like a C4 charge that explodes outward in one direction.
Claymore.
What is it called?
It's a
Claymore. Thank you. Claymore mine. And he goes and negotiates with this mob boss, and he's like, hey, you get off my back, and I'll get off your back. Oh, by the way, all the money that you're protecting is all burning, so we'll call it even. Like, you attacked my family, and I burned all your money. Capiche? Capiche. So he goes to leave, and the Russian guy doesn't want to back down, so kind of comes out and is like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm gonna mess you up." So he sets off this whole plan of uh, at this warehouse that he buys, this lumber yard or whatever. He buys it, and he sets up all these traps, and so all these Russian mobsters are going through all these traps, and he's setting them off, and then they have this huge fight. And in the very end, he comes out with like a riot shield, and he puts the same claymore he's had the whole time at the end of it, and triggers it, and the bad guy, the main boss guy, gets it at the very end. And you're like, oh, okay, that was cool. And then it's a happy ending. Everybody survives, and it was just a downright good to earth, like, new character, new story, just some random dude kicking ass. And it's funny, like, the whole time he's kicking ass, he's just like, man, I feel alive again. This is great. And he's like talking to his wife, like, it's like, oh, remember the old days when you would patch me up? And like his kids know nothing about his old life. They think he's like some lame guy who just goes to work or whatever. But tells a backstory about how he audits people by being the last person that you want to see, because you will be because he doesn't let anyone live who sees him, pretty much. And one guy said he would change his ways, and he's like, all right, gave him a chance, and he was able to change his way, and he thought he could change his way too by getting my peace and quiet. But turns out after X amount of years, it can't really do that. So, but it was a good movie. It was very entertaining. It was about Odenkirk and Christopher Lloyd, and they're doing their thing. And it's funny watching Doc Brown, 15 years after he was supposed to come into 2015, still like walking and shit. Even though he's like, I don't even know how old he is. He's got to be like 80 something years old. He's just some badass dude. But that's what this movie was. It was just action and a good story behind it. It wasn't the greatest story, no, but it was entertaining for sure. So I liked it.
In my opinion, it's much better than John Wick.
4.2 out of 5.
I'd say it's.
Would I watch it again? Yeah.
Much better than John Wick, in my opinion.
Oh, really?
Mainly because, who just kind of butchering John Wick for me. Just
who?
Her obsession with it. Chelsea.
Oh, because she spoiled it for you?
No, just her obsession with it and the amount of times I had to watch it over there. Even just little bits of it kind of made me not like it that much. Just constantly being subjected to the movie kind of made me lose interest. If that makes sense.
Cool. Yeah.
Since I believe the second one's now on demand, we'll probably watch that sometime this week. Then we'll review it.
All right.
And now on to Detective Conan, which we did 5 episodes, right?
Yep.
Let's see. I tried figuring out First one was the Gomera one, I believe.
Gamera. You'll have to remind me what the hell that is.
The giant monster. The
Okay.
Godzilla ripoff.
Yeah, I thought there was like some before that because you said because we watched those three, and then you said there was two more previous that we watched.
Then the first one must have been the ghost ship murder case.
The ghost ship murder case. Ghost ship. I remember talking about that one because that was the one with the gold, right?
Yeah. Because
Okay, I
after
remember
that
talking
is the
about that one.
Gomera one.
Okay.
And
All
then
right, let's start. Let's start that one then.
the third fingerprint. And then the whale one.
The whale.
Uh, we watched these like 2 weeks ago, so bear with us. Because I was recovering from surgery. Not really wanting to do videos other than play games, which I didn't talk that much. Yeah, if we already did this episode, just let us know. We're starting off with episode 63, the Big Monster Gamera murder case.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this one is pretty much straightforward. They get to go watch the studio. They're in the studio of where they make this. It's not Godzilla, but it's definitely like a knockoff of Godzilla. And while they're there, they're like, "Oh, we're about to be shut down. Oh, that's too bad." Blah blah blah. And then someone gets murdered. Uh, like someone there's like someone that dresses up in the Gamora costume, and then murders the guy that was going to cancel the show. Um, and so now they have to figure it out. And basically, long story short, is the guy that was going to be, I think he was going to be promoted or something like that. He's going to move on. He murdered this guy that gave him a promotion because he lied to him, and he said he was lying to other people about him, saying that he was sick and tired of playing the Godzilla creature, which wasn't true. He loved playing that creature, and so he killed him. And even one of the and he pretended like to hurt himself, and then eventually stabbed his own leg to make it look like there's no way that he could have done that. Gotten into this costume, but there was one of the actors, she tried to cover for him by saying it wasn't him, even though she saw it. But it made sense that she would cover for him because she didn't want to get him in trouble. But they eventually figured it out, and there's like they threw the costume off. There's like paint involved. They walked through the studio. It was set up to make the kids witness it firsthand, but they were able to figure it out. So it was definitely interesting. Was it the best case? No, but it was interesting, and that's all you need to know.
And this is the obviously the introduction to Gomera. Uh, there's a bunch of cases revolving around that whole film series. And this was also the first case that Conan uses Dr. Agasso to help him solve it. Doesn't knock anybody out. Uses Agasso to lip sync.
Okay. Oh, that's right. He like failed to work, so he had to pretend to like move his mouth or whatever.
Yep.
That's right. That was a thing. All right. What was the next one?
Uh, next one. The three fingerprint murder case.
Three fingerprint murder case. Oh, right. This was the one where they go to a barbecue. The detective dad meets his friend. I forget. I don't remember his name. Who cares? He was been working as like a captain for 20 years, I guess. And
Teriyaki.
he gets a call from this guy. He's like, "Oh crap, this guy killed someone. I need to go help him out right now." And he took forever to get his stuff ready, and he gets into the car, and some weird noise was made, and Conan figures something is off, and he goes, and by the time he gets there, this person tried to kill him, and so he had to fight back and kill him because he was trying to flee the country or whatever. Tried to talk him out of it. Conan thinks it's murder, and when you know it is murder. He was actually trying to kill him, because, well, why did he try to kill him? Was it because it wasn't because he was being blackmailed? It was because, shoot, what was the reason?
Because the victim threatened to reveal how Taraka was taking bribes to reveal information.
Oh, it was blackmail. Okay. Yeah, he was taking bribes. That's what it was. And he needed to shut him up because he didn't want to get in trouble himself. So that's why he killed him. And then there was 3 sets of prints on there, and it was the captain guy, the guy who was trying to run away, a guy who got killed, and his wife, because his wife found an illegal firearm while cleaning, and he didn't realize that she knew about the gun, and that was illegal to have a gun in Japan like that. So that was that case. I was like, oh wow, that's terrible.
Anyways, one thing that made me laugh is this page says that there's a character introduced. He's just named Man.
Well, all right then. His name is Man.
And Man? All it says is Man, and that he's a forensics officer. Yeah.
Wait, what was this one called?
The third fingerprint murder case.
Oh, okay. Sick.
Next one is called the Crab and Whale Kidnapping Case.
Oh, right, the crab one. Yeah, this one was different. Basically, they're at a hotel eating food, drinking stuff, and Conan overhears this guy acting weird and saying weird stuff. And they find out that his kid was kidnapped, and he mentioned like crabs and a whale blowing its air out, and so they're all going all over to different zoos looking for whales and crabs, and they're like, "Oh, there's a whale blimp in the sky." That was it. And they're off on this wild goose chase, and then Conan starts to realize, I forget how he realizes, it doesn't matter, that crabs, these tables at this hotel that they were at, they look like crabs if you're way up high, and this blimp went by a industrial smokestack, pretty much, and the kid thought it was a whale blowing its air out, and Conan realizes that, oh, they're up on the top floor, and they go and rescue the kid on the top floor, and the people were like a man and a woman. They were like desperate, and the woman immediately is like, "Oh, it wasn't my fault. It was this man's fault. He forced me into it. Yeah, that was it. That was that case."
Yeah, pretty straightforward. A little different, but as it's not a murder.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is, let's see, Night Road Murder Case.
The Night Road murder case. You'll have to refresh my memory on this one. Night Road?
It's the one
Was
that,
it?
trying to think about it.
What are you doing? Hi. No.
Starts out with Kogaran and Conan eating at a restaurant. They then meet up with an old friend. Uh,
Was this the beginning of the three-parter?
no.
No. Night Road murder. They're eating with a friend. Okay.
It's the one where the person is murdered because he has something to do with a friend of theirs being frozen to death on a mountain.
Guy who was frozen to death on a
Girl.
mountain. I don't remember that.
Or it was a love triangle between the victim, the killer, and the girl that froze to death.
Hold on, I'm sure you have pictures of it. Let me put up my YouTubes so I can see what it looks like. Give me a second. Person that froze to death. I do not remember this one at all. But maybe a picture will refresh my memory.
At least I think we watched it.
That's what I was asking. Is this the 3-parter one?
No. The 3-parter's called The Night Baron.
Okay. Kitty, what are you doing? My cat's being weird. So I mean, you know, he's just being weird. All right, come on. Oh my God, you're gonna seriously make me sign in now? All right. Go in here. I'll frickin' do it in here. Sorry for the inconvenience, folks, but this is just, I'm just flabbergasted. My brain wasn't fried for those first 3, but for this one specifically, I am just drawing a blank. I don't remember any kind of frosted turd.
Yeah, I was the one that was on painkillers while we're watching this.
Why don't I remember it? Let's see. Derp. All right, so this one is live. All right, here we go. Now I can like it. Oh, it wants me to sign in. Yep. Yeah, right. I'm looking at it. People that were frozen. Oh. I kind of remember this one. Yeah. Like he killed the woman because she cheated on him or something like that. Because the woman died, right? Yeah. Oh, I think I know why I don't remember this episode. So this episode reminding me of, there's an old story like in Russia during the Soviet Union or whatever, these highly experienced hikers were on a trip in Siberia or whatever, and for whatever reason they all died, like mysteriously they all died. And the whole time this was happening, I was just thinking about that. I was like, this is kind of similar to that. This is kind of similar to that. And it was like strange circumstances. There was like, they, for whatever reason, they took off a lot of their clothing and just ran out into the darkness where it was super cold. Like, if they were all experienced, why would they do that? And there was like rumors of like there could have been a creature, or there could have been like some weird kind of like radiation that was happening like around them, some weird kind of experiment. But anyways, this one's pretty much straightforward, so I'll leave it to you for this one. But yeah, that's the Night Road Murder case. So a girl's frozen to death, and this guy who used to screw with her. So yeah, maybe I was distracted, I guess. I don't know. I was probably making tea. Not really sure, but doesn't really matter because don't really remember. No, it's not professional, but my brain is playing tricks on me. So
Actually, the killer was this guy, Yoshiro Ikuda. Uh, no, or he was the victim. The killer was
Oh, so there was a girl
Koji
who was
Takeno.
dead and another guy that.
Yeah. The reason why Koji killed Yoshiro is because the two of them, and Keiko were basically in a love triangle. Uh, when they're on a hiking trip, she froze to death.
And
Uh,
then one guy blamed the other
yeah,
for her freezing to death.
yeah.
Okay.
Because they had to leave her to go
All right.
search for help
All right.
and
All
couldn't
right.
return in time to save her. Later, the killer found out that Ikuda uh, is the reason why they uh, why they basically left her for dead because she rejected him.
Mm,
So Takano killed him for revenge.
got it.
And
All
his
right. Open and shut case.
weapon of choice was socks.
Okay, that's interesting choice, but
Filling them with
hey, if it
small
works, it works.
rocks. And uh, and hitting him in the head with
Cool.
the bag of rocks.
Bags of
Or
rocks.
socks of rocks.
Super deadly box of rocks.
But, yeah, let's just move on to the last one. Since that was horrible.
Yep.
Last one being the stage actress murder case.
Stage actress murder case. Stage actress murder case. All I see is advertisements for Naruto and a shoe. Okay. Stage actress murder case. Why am I blanking on this one too? Like I semi remember this one. Which is this is like the weirdest thing because these are the ones we watched most recently. Oh, I remember the old man. Kind of. Was it? Oh, right. I remember. Yeah, this is the one where they had the master detective, right?
Yeah.
The super old man who was the master detective. He like taught the old man everything he knows or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember this one. So this one, everybody's on stage and they're practicing, and the main woman and the main man are on stage. They're doing like the biggest part. They pour water, and she drinks the water, and she dies. And everybody thinks they're like, "Oh man, great acting!" And then they realize she's actually dead. So this was a thing where the old man, he's already figured everything out, and he's just like sitting back there. He's just waiting for other people to figure it out for him. He's just like, "Oh, let's see if you guys get it." Oh, okay, cool. And so the funny thing is about this woman, she thought she got like a gig somewhere else, so she thought she was like hot shit. and she wasn't. She just kind of pissed everyone else off. And so she comes back here to do this play, and nobody likes her. She ditched her boyfriend, who was the co-actor, up on stage, and nobody likes her. So there's a lot of suspects, and they realized it wasn't him, and they're like, look at the water. You can drink it. It's totally fine. Long story short, there was someone who like pulled a string, and then there was like these stars up on top of the stage, and one of them was rigged with poison. So the poison dropped or drained, or the powder fell into her glass when she was about to take a drink, and that's what killed her pretty much. And it was one of the women. I don't remember why she killed her though. Probably because she was being a bitch or something like that, and she like broke up with her boyfriend. I think that's what it was, and then she liked the guy or something, and she wanted revenge or something. But this wasn't about any kind of motivation. At least I think the emphasis is more on, can Conan impress this old man who's already figured out the case? I think that was more interesting, like how it was done to try to kill this person on stage. The only downfall is that you let Conan and this old man who was a master detective like be there to witness this all. Otherwise, you probably would have gotten away with it. Yeah, so I think that's it, right? That was the last one. I remember that one. It's funny, I don't remember the other one.
Those are our reviews of Detective Conan. Next week, or sometime this week, we will do the first ever three-parter episode, The Night Baron Case. Just need to find a night where we can sit for an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And now we will do the last order of business. Our podcast that we haven't done in a month.
Mm-hmm.
As always, we usually start out with movies. I'm not gonna go into the month of movies that we missed. We'll just do this week's movies.
Oh yeah, that would take a while. That would take. Wait.
So I haven't seen any of the movies that came out that month, or last month. I plan to see Weapons on Thursday, but that's about it. We plan to watch Nobody sometime. But, September. This weekend we have The Conjuring Last Rites, which I plan to see. I know Skeeter, do you won't?
Oh yeah, fuck that shit.
Starring Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. And we have a re-release of Hamilton, which I'm sure neither of us will see. And we have Splitsville, which I've never heard of. An open relationship comedy. Starring Dakota Johnson, Adria Arjona, Kyle Martin, and Michelangelo Covino. Then we have Twinless, starring Dylan O'Brien and James Sweeney, in an awkward comedy.
An awkward comedy. Wow.
Then we had The Belt of Morons, starring Michael Strassner and Liz Larson, a comedy. Then we have The Cut, which is a boxing movie, starring Orlando Bloom. Then we have Highest to Lowest, starring Denzel Washington. Then we have The Legend of Hay 2. An animated movie.
Oh. Hold on, I gotta pee really quick.
Sequel to the original Legend of Hay. Then we have Linda, 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 which is a restoration of the earlier movie. Preparation for Next Life. We have Riefenstahl, documentary about filmmakers, the filmmakers' Nazi connections. Then we have The Threesome, which I know is the mystery movie for this last Monday.
That's my spot. Yeah.
That's for this week. One other that I want to see is The Toxic Avenger. I haven't yet.
He'll fart in your face.
Starring Peter Dinklage, Jacob Tremblay, Taylor Page, Julia Davis, Johnny Coyne, Elijah Wood, and Kevin Bacon. I want to see this eventually. Have you ever heard of the film company Troma, Skeeter?
Nope.
They're famous for making like really gory and cheesy movies. That's who originally made the original Toxic Avenger movie.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
And there wasn't really much anime news. Eventually, we'll go through with Mulcat on the fall anime. But the main one I'm looking forward to is Three Nen Zigumi Jinpachi Sensei, which is a spin-off of Gintama. Which is set in an alternative universe where Gintoki is a teacher. And all the characters from the original show are his students. I can imagine this being like Great Teacher Onizuka, but with more references to everything. This starts October 6th.
Yes. Tell me more.
Watching it every week along with Case Closed, since I'm almost finally caught up with Case Closed. I'll probably be caught up by the time this starts coming out. And other shows airing this fall is like the final season of My Hero Academia, among some other stuff. Also this fall we have Alice in Borderland Season 3, started October 25th, or September 25th. Week before that we have Gen V Season 2. And I saw one other thing, I don't remember what. That starts early October. The prequel series to It starts October 26th. I might give that a try, but...
Well, they got a prequel series to It?
Yep.
You said series.
Yep.
Oh, I see.
Because like in the movies and the book, it mentions that the Pennywise comes like every, I think, like 30 years or something like that to feed.
Yeah.
So it will start out like, I think it said like in the 1800s. Then each season will jump to each cycle, if I remember right.
Okay.
So, because Pennywise monsters in the book has been around since the dinosaur ages, so they have a lot that they can go from.
All right.
You can talk about what you want to talk about.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna just look at more on the It TV show.
Cool. What I'm going to talk about is going to be really quick, very brief. If you guys like the Alien movies, there is a new show that just came out on FX/Hulu. If you like streaming, it's called Alien Earth, and it's basically a brand new series that delves a little more into the lore and the world building of the alien world. At first, like in the first, I only saw like 2 episodes so far because they're only on episode like 4, I think, of the first season. And from what I understand of watching the couple episodes, this is delving into the corporations themselves. There are 4 corporations total, and this story is actually introducing a new corporation called Prodigy. The main corporation that we all know and love, especially Sigourney Weaver, is the Wayland Yagani Corporation, and that is they're actually trying to capture different species of alien and do experiments on them. And the one that we all know and love is the alien. But another thing that they talk about is the synths. So basically the robots, the machines, which spew white blood. There are also, in this world, there are also things called cyborgs. And so those are genetically enhanced humans. And the one that they're trying to introduce is, I forget what the word is for it, but it's basically a combination of synths, but instead of like, it's a hybrid. So it's a synth between a human, like a human brain, human like feelings, and a human thought process in a synth body, in a powered up body, pretty much. And this new company called Prodigy is developed by this kid, who is self-proclaimed prodigy. He is the world's youngest trillionaire, and he is head of the 5th corporation. And one thing I liked about this is, especially the lore, is we learned that the Wayland Yutani Corporation controls North and South America. So let that sink in. But anyways, basically, in the first episode, there's an alien spacecraft by the Wayland Yutani Corporation. They're collecting specimens, and this cyborg is talking with Mother, and they're instructed to go back to Earth, bring all these specimens back, and they crash into planet Earth, into Prodigy Land, and these new hybrids that we are seeing are kind of in their very early stages, and we are introduced to a lot of the characters. These kids that had chronic illnesses were proclaimed dead, pretty much, and put into these synthetic bodies. And now these children are in adult bodies, and they can move around and do whatever they want, pretty much. So what happens is this ship crashes into a giant-ass city, and her brother, who is still alive, he's a medic, and he gets sent into, well, he gets sent into hell basically, and she's able to see this because she's a synth. So you can see all the different news feeds, and she's like, "Oh, I want to go help my brother," and they're like, "Okay." And this prodigy guy is just like, "Oh yeah, send him in. It'll be a good experiment." And we're seeing this world of alien, not in outer space, but on planet Earth. I think this is the year like 21 something. It's supposed to be set 20 years after the first movie. And so Sigourney Weaver is just traveling through space. She is 30 years before she wakes up for the second movie, basically. So all this is beginning to happen on Earth, and now all this ship full of all these alien species has landed on Earth, and we're going to see what happens. I'm still early, but it's going to be a shit show, and it's going to be awesome. So if you're a fan of the Alien universe, definitely, I highly recommend watching this. It is so very good so far, and it's just the first 2 episodes. So, yeah, do it.
There's one other thing the It show. I was wrong. The first season will take place in 1962.
1962.
Which I believe is around the time where, in the book, it takes the past part takes place, I believe. Because the book jumps back and forth between when they're kids and when they're adults. Whereas the movies just did it. One movie was them as kids, the other was as adults.
Yep, 27 years later or whatever.
Yep.
With Bill Hader.
It will have Taylor Page in it, Jovan Adepo, Chris Trelk, James Remar, which surprised me, because he isn't in much other than Dexter anymore, at least. Madeline Roll, Stowe, Stephen Ryder, Rudy Manesco, and Bill Skarsgård is once again returning as Pennywise.
Oh wow, that's great.
And I won't go into much detail because I could go into a lot of detail about the last part. The Dexter Resurrection season finale is this week. This current season has been amazing. This last the penultimate episode ended with a major death, which had me even surprised. And it made it one of the best episodes of the whole series with that reason. Cause I can say it because I know, Mike, you probably won't see it.
For what? What movie?
Or the Dexter Resurrection.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Spoiler alert, they kill F. Angel in the penultimate episode of the Dexter Resurrection. Which was a really good scene. And Dexter's reaction is basically how I'm sure a lot of people were, just him screaming. The season finale will put Dexter and Peter Dinklage's character against each other, finally.
Finally.
So they Dexter now basically wants to take down Peter Dinklage. Or he's been trying the whole season. Now Peter Dinklage's character whole thing is he collects serial killers and has gets a boner from them. Like he gets on by watching them kill, and he's like a huge fanboy of serial killers.
And we'll see if he dies the way he wants to die, with a glass of wine in one hand and his cock in a woman's mouth.
And with Angel's death, it's the first, to our knowledge, our theories, time that we've seen his character actually kill, because he killed Angel. And so now Dexter has a vendetta against him. So I have high hopes. I know there's been spoilers out. I've been avoiding them because I do not want it spoiled. I plan to watch it Thursday night as soon as it comes out. That was our podcast. We'll try to do one next week. Try to make it weekly again. Just that was kind of hard with my surgery and just us not really wanting to do videos for about a month.
We've been playing video games instead.
So we'll try to do it weekly. We'll try to do One Piece either sometime this week or next week. I think we said next week.
Or the week after that.
Once this guy watches more than 3 episodes.
Yep.
That's why we've been holding off. He's been slacking, and we don't want to only do just a couple episodes. We want to try to get back to at least like 10 a week, or 10 a video we do.
Yeah.
Because otherwise there's going to be a lot of videos.
I've had a lot of drafts. I had my last one today, so.
Because we need to get to other things other than One Piece. We're in the second of 3 arcs, or acts of the Wano arc.
Mm-hmm.
So the first act is everything leading to Luffy encountering Kaido. Second act is to Onigashima. You've heard Onigashima, that's all I said. I didn't say anything other than everything leading up to it. I didn't spoil anything. Then the third act is everything that happens on.
Alright, cool. Cool beans.
You know what? Snape kills Dumbledore.
Damn it. I'm only on book 2.
But you've seen the movies.
No, I've read all the books. I saw like the first 6 movies. Or maybe I saw 7. I can't remember. I didn't watch the second part. 7. That's what it was.
But we'll end this so we can go to bed.
All right.